the last ever BSN show of Dynasty Nerds. It's I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit of a sad moment here. Lots of fun stuff that we've done over the past year and a half or so. Lots of good conversations, lots of good people on the show. And for the last show, it did feel fitting to have two guys that are near and dear to the show. Obviously, Dennis Bennett joins us every week. He's a wealth of knowledge, great guy. And then one of the fan favorites, Mr. Peter Bartausky, will also be joining us. And they're actually going to be joining us for the entire show tonight. So I will bring them on momentarily. We have some things we're going to talk through, some games we're going to play, a few different things. Obviously, we are at the last week. You know, timing wise, we didn't do this intentionally, but timing wise, it did work out pretty well. The last show ever is the same week as the last week before the fantasy football playoffs. And we talked about it on the Dynasty Nerds podcast earlier, but the regular season is mostly skill. There's luck involved 100%, but making the playoffs is mostly skill. But then for playoff time, you flip that all on its head. It's mostly luck. Anything could happen. It's 1 week, and that could change just about everything. Josh is with us. Josh, appreciate you being on here. The final show tonight. And yeah, I did want to just take a moment before I bring the other guys on, because I wanted to just tell you guys how thankful I am and how grateful I am for all of you guys that have joined. I know some of you guys have, watched from the very beginning. Some of you guys have just recently started watching. So I did want to say just thank you to you guys for supporting the show, watching, interacting, hanging out with us each and every week. It's truly been fun. It's truly been an honor to do this show on a great network like Bettor Sports Network. So, but I will say, just as a little tease, we do have some other things in the pipeline. So this won't necessarily be the end on BSN. It will be, but we've got more things in the works. Some more things coming your airwaves very soon. So it's not the end. No need to shed tears, but it is the end in this current arena. So with that, I think this is the perfect time to bring on the two best guests in the entire world, Peter and Dennis. Peter, Dennis, how's it going, guys? Oh, just Peter for now. Dennis said he might be a tad late. I can't tell if you're yelling really loud or you're just intentionally miming.
Hey, Garrett.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I can't tell if he's doing this on purpose or on accident.
Oh,
Peter,
man.
Peter, how's it going, my man?
It's going great. It's bittersweet. We've had a lot of good memories on the show. It's been 2 moves, a flea infestation. I didn't really talk about that, did I?
No, Peter. You always have a platform on the show to tell us anything because you're one of the most interesting men alive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, Josh? Okay, so really quick before Dennis pops on. So my wife and I had a five-year anniversary trip to Nantucket. And so we come back, and
I remember you saying it's like surprisingly expensive.
Super expensive, yeah. And we came back, and our cat's acting really weird. And like super clingy, but not how she usually acts. And who's also been a guest on the show, by the way.
That's true. Your cat has been a guest on the show. What's up, Michael?
So I was like, man, I was wearing shorts and my legs are covered in hair right now. She's shedding a whole bunch. And then like I kind of go like 3 more minutes. And then Maddie was like, Peter, there's a bunch of dead fleas in the shower. And I was like, what? And I looked down and I don't have hair on my legs. I have like 20 fleas on my legs.
Oh no.
And we got home from a trip, and this was like 10 o'clock at night. And like, what do you do? I don't know what to do. And so we we run to the store and get some like stupid natural flea killer. And we spray it everywhere. We vacuum everywhere. We vacuum and it's a like a bagless vacuum cleaner.
Uh-huh.
And you look at the canister, it's crawling, Garrett.
Ugh.
It's crawling with fleas. And so we got the good chemical stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm not kidding. So about 5 days, and after vacuuming every day and spraying chemicals everywhere, after 5 days from waking up, walking to the kitchen to get coffee, I counted 15 fleas on my legs still. So
5 days later.
Yep. So what happened was it's an indoor cat. So about 2 months ago, we went to the vet. And she picked up fleas from the vet, but she also got a microchip in her. So she was scratching that whole time, but I thought it was from the microchip. So then we left for about 2 weeks. And I don't know if you know this, but fleas can lay up to 60 eggs a day. So it was absolutely infested. So it literally took us 2 months, an exterminator, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And when we moved out from the apartment, like we let the apartment people know. They were in on it too. Like they were helping out, and so they weren't just going to be to the next person like,
Surprise.
oh yeah, here you go. But they were still like on moving day. They were still like going on your legs and stuff.
Wow.
And it was
were
a
they all off
disaster.
your cat by this point?
Well, so they're off the cat, but like
Because I'm guessing like if you
planted
moved
the
and you
eggs
brought your
everywhere.
cat, like your cat brought fleas with it.
Yeah, so there's this like pill that you can give the cat that kills like all the fleas on it whenever they bite the cat.
Okay.
So the only trouble areas were like under the baseboards and like the carpets.
Okay.
So I actually like two nights ago, I had like a nightmare that like there was a flea on me when I was asleep. And I was like, they took out this other place that we're in. But it was one of the hardest.
That sounds terrible.
But during that time, I did a show with you guys. So I can't believe I didn't bring that up. I was probably not wanting
through the fleas.
That's how much you guys mean to me.
Wow. That's like a flu game. That was your Michael Jordan flu game. You performed despite getting bit by fleas.
Do you know what a show that was? I'm pretty sure that was my African acapella show.
Was it really?
And that is arguably the best. So yeah, it was my flu game.
That was probably the best show we've ever had.
Yeah, it was the flea game.
The flea game instead of the flu game. I love it.
Oh man.
Who was I telling the other day? I was telling somebody. It might have been Rich and Matt when I was up at Dynasty. I was like, look, I know obviously you guys know Peter, but you guys need to like talk to Peter. Peter's one of the most fascinating people I've ever met in my entire life. The number of just off the wall things that this guy
it's crazy
has been a part of or done, or like it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, when we were all together, it was all about the NFL draft. I couldn't stop asking them questions about what they thought about draft picks and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, ask me questions next time, guys.
Yeah, ask Peter questions about his fascinating childhood and and sense.
Yeah, there we go.
But, done. Before we get Dennis in here, you mentioned the YouTube video, the YouTube channel you had.
Yes.
Where with Lord of the Rings debate that you had with yourself. You had obviously the African choir. You told us about how what was something about your diet where you like didn't eat
raw food diet.
No cooked food. That's what it was.
No cooked food.
You didn't cook anything for an entire year. I was trying to remember what it was. I thought it was like, I couldn't remember. I was like, it's something like he only ate from his garden or something like that. I couldn't remember what it was.
But my favorite was during that year, we still butchered cows. Like
So
we were raising
what
cows
did you
during
do
that
with
time.
the meat?
We sold it.
That had to be like
It's so
just
weird.
so tempting.
Yeah.
Like I'm eating a raw carrot right now, and I could be having a steak.
Yeah, my childhood, steak was more common than hamburgers.
What?
It wasn't until like I became an adult that I realized that
Steak is actually kind of a big deal.
Yeah. But I remember like, oh, steak again? Okay. But we were I mean, we weren't super poor, but we weren't rich or anything, but that's just what we had because we raised cows.
Because wow.
Yeah.
And you've made a good amount of money off Bitcoin, right?
Not Bitcoin, altcoins.
Altcoin.
And I lost it.
You lost.
But
I thought you sold it.
Still, I did, and then I still bought in. I thought I bought the bottom. I thought I bought the floor, but the floor kept going. There's still like currently I would say that I'm still like even.
Okay. See, I thought you bought a bunch and sold it.
I did.
But then you bought a stupid amount more and then got it. Got it.
Can't miss opportunity.
Yeah. You know? Well, it happens. Happens to the best.
If I knew that crypto was like you could lose it all, then I wouldn't have done it. No, just kidding.
I will say Bitcoin's gone back up a ton.
It's over 40K.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gone back up a ton, and usually not all of them, but they tend to follow. Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. That was the first one. First one I bought.
Was it really?
Yeah, but yeah, I was super into altcoins. So like they could go from 0 to 100x to 0 really fast.
Gotcha.
So stressful though. It wasn't worth it. Like I made, in theory, because like I said, I never cashed out fully.
Right.
But in theory, I made so much money, but it still wasn't worth so much
all
stress.
The headache and stress. And
yeah.
I was always worried that if I did it like legitimately, that I would lose whatever password it was and forget it and then just never have it. And it would just be sitting somewhere.
Well, I was talking to someone and they legitimately had 5 Bitcoin and they can't access it.
They can't remember the password?
They forgot the seed phrase. Yeah.
No.
Which is
Unchi bought some smaller than a penny coins.
Ooh, yeah, those are fun because you can say that you have like hundreds of thousands. Yeah, it's definitely an end of an era over there. But it's good to see Bitcoin and the.
So are there any other, because
44.
Before we get to the fantasy football stuff, this is our last chance. This is our last chance to get all this out. So is there any other thing from your childhood or adulthood that you're just like, this was pretty interesting because the platform's yours. This is your last chance to really get these stories out into the world.
Well, let's see. So I went to Haiti once.
Okay.
And that was pretty wild.
Okay.
Because it was with my church. And I was the photographer. I took about like 150 portraits of kids in like an hour and a half.
Oh wow.
But we went into the heart of Port-au-Prince.
Okay. I've been there.
Yeah. Where did you stay?
Just outside the city. So it wasn't far. I couldn't tell you the exact name of the city, but it wasn't far from the city.
Sweet. But like the first night, like I woke up to like the sound of gunfire, like surrounding where I was. And that's pretty wild, man. When you wake up to gunshots like surrounding you,
third world country.
Like, yeah. And there's a well, Michael, did you know that this is the last episode of the Dynasty Nerd Show and Bettor Network?
Yep, this is the last one. This is the last one. We're all done after tonight. But like I mentioned, we have some other things in the works. But as far as the Bettor Sports Network Dynasty Nerds partnership for the show, it's this is our walk into the sunset, ride in the sunset.
Yeah,
it's usually on a horse.
I like walks.
You could walk into the sunset.
But so the day after, we were building this house, because that's what you do, obviously.
Sure, usually some sort of construction project.
Yeah, and we had this place that we were going to get our water from.
Mm-hmm.
It was about a mile and a half away from the build site. So me and a friend walked. We knew what the word water was.
Sure.
Creole. So we walked, and there weren't any water jugs where the water drop was supposed to be. And so we're like, oh, it must be inside the house. And so we knocked on this door, and this woman opens up, and we just said, I forget what it is now, but the
water.
For water. And she was kind of confused, but she filled her water bottles and like invited us in for a couple minutes, and then we left. And then we get back, and this was after my friend like guzzled his water. And they were like, "Oh, you knew that we moved the water, right?" And they're like, "No, no one told us." And so we went into
a random lady's house.
Yeah, just two very tall white dudes just strolled into someone's house, just saying water, water, water. And I was like, I don't know. And
right after a night full of gunfire?
Yeah. That's what you do. No, it was crazy. There was a gang that had a 50 cal in a wheelbarrow that they just hauled around.
Hey, just a show of strength.
Yep. Well, yeah, it could probably help them with their fantasy football teams, but.
Oh man.
All
right. Well,
yep.
With Dennis not here yet, we're gonna get started with some of this stuff.
Let's get on it.
And Dennis can join us when he's able. But tonight is all about reflection. We're reflecting on the show, some of the times we've had, some of the things that we've done. So I thought it would be good to also reflect in the fantasy space. So I've some little games. You know me, I love my games. So Peter, we're going to go and I'm going to pick a year. Okay. Anywhere between here and 2002. So not too distant past. Between now and 2002. And I'm going to give you a category. And so we'll say it's running backs. And your goal will be, so let's say it's 2012 and it's running backs.
Yep.
You have to try to give me 6 running backs that finished in the top 12 that year. And you get 3 strikes. All right. So you have to try to give me 6 running backs that finished, or 6 quarterbacks, or 6 tight ends, or whatever, that finished in the top 12 that year. You think you can do it?
Can I bring Heavy T on this?
You know what? Let's bring Tyler on. He can help you.
I did not like NFL until 2017.
Oh boy.
I need to get some history.
Okay, I can do this.
I'm really into like the 80s and 90s like coaching stuff, but I need some help.
All right, Tyler, you willing to help him?
I'm willing to help him, and judging by my hat, I know my history. So
that's right. He's got a Houston Oilers hat. He's like, you need to know something about Earl Campbell? I got you.
Yeah, what you know about Dan Pastorini? I got you, bro.
All right. So the oldest we'll go is 2002. Okay. We won't go anything past that because that's all that fantasy data has. So let's go with the year I graduated high school, 2009. 2009, and we're gonna go quarterbacks. 2009, and we're gonna go with quarterbacks. Now let me make sure. Oh, whoops, it's saying postseason. I don't want postseason, regular season. All right, there we go.
It's funny how they changed to it's always defaults to postseason.
Isn't that weird?
Fantasy data. If you're listening, please change that.
Default to regular season, please.
I will say, first off, Patrick Mahomes.
In 2009?
No way.
I'm kidding. Let's go Tom Brady.
All right. So the first guess, we'll alternate.
Yep.
So the first guess here, Tom Brady. Tom Brady was number 7 that season with 270 points or 16.9 points per game. So you got your first one there. EVT, you're up.
2009, and we need to name 6 of the top 12, correct?
6 of the top 12.
Okay, that's the year that the Saints win it all. Drew Brees has to be on that list.
Drew Brees is on the list. Let me find out exactly where. Let me move my tab so I can find it quickly. Drew Brees was number 2 that season with 19.5 points per game.
So if I get one wrong, do I get my connection cut? What
I just make a loud noise. That's it.
Okay. This is kind of a reach, but Mark Sanchez.
Wow.
That is a reach.
It is a reach. It was a good guess, but it's incorrect.
Where was he?
The funny thing is, when I saw postseason at first, he was on there because the Jets made the postseason that year.
Yep.
And I was like, oh man, Mark Sanchez was in the top 12. And then I switched to regular season and he was 25th. So
close.
That
Pretty
sounds
close.
about right.
Yeah. All right, so one strike against you guys.
Okay, well, the other guy who made the Super Bowl that year has to be on that list. It has to be Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, number 5 on the list at 17.5.
We're still missing.
You've got three of the 12 so far with one strike.
Let's do the Jordan Love clone, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers was the number 1 quarterback that season.
Ooh.
21.4 points.
Very nice.
Okay, we have 4 of the dudes, correct?
Yep.
You have 4 of the 6 that you need to pass this level.
This one is risky, but I'm going to do it because it was his last year in the league, and he went to the Super Bowl the year before. Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner. It's a good guess. He was 16th. He did not make the top 12 that year.
Just missed it. Okay.
So that's 2 strikes, though. You guys have 2 strikes.
How many strikes until we
3.
strike out?
3.
Usually 3. Usually 17 strikes.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's go Steelers quarterback Big Ben.
That's a good guess.
Big Ben Roethlisberger, number 9 that season. Number 9 at he actually had 17.8 points per game, but he did miss a game, so it dropped him a little bit. On a points per game basis, he would have been up in the top 5.
Ooh. And this is 6 point per touchdown?
That is a great question. I don't know. This is just their all-time rankings, so I'd have to look and see. I'd
have to assume it probably is.
Especially back then, it was 6 points pretty regularly. So I'm assuming so. All right, so you guys have 5. You're still missing 7.
Tunehill's saying Vic, but was that?
I'm thinking that's the year. I'm thinking that's the year after. No, that was Vic on the Eagles.
Okay.
I think that was in 2010. Trying to go through who would have been quarterback in 2009. I don't think it was Matt Stafford. He would have been a rookie. I don't think he would have been top 12 right away. Chad Pennington, no.
You could go P. Rivers.
Quarterback is no. Philip. Oh, you know what? I actually like that better than my guess. I was going to say Joe Flacco, but I think I'll go Philip Rivers instead. That's a good guess.
It was wise that you went Philip Rivers. He was 8. Flacco was 18.
Ooh,
so you guys passed this round.
Well done.
The top 12, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Brett Favre.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
That was his Minnesota season.
That's not his Jet season. It's the Minnesota one. Okay. That's right.
Matt Schaub for Houston was
throwback.
Good.
Peyton
good.
Manning, Tony Romo,
Oh,
Tom
God.
Brady, Phillip Rivers, Big Ben, Donovan McNabb,
Ooh.
Eli
That's-
Manning,
Okay.
and Jay Cutler.
McNabb makes sense.
Jay.
Yeah. McNabb
Smoking
makes
Jay.
sense. Because Vic, I think, was the year after. That's okay. Oof.
Man.
Okay. I forgot about Schaub. That would have been a great guess. I forgot about him.
That would have been a really good guess. All right. We're going to go with 2006 running backs. 2006 running backs.
Man.
Well, number one has to be LaDainian because that's the year he broke the record.
That was the year he broke the record. That was the big one. Yep.
Yeah.
425
That is
fantasy points.
disgusting.
26.6 points per game.
That is, oh my God, that's so gross. Okay.
Yep.
That's almost on the level of Achan.
Right?
Yeah, almost.
All right. So you get the easy one out of the way. LaDainian Tomlinson, number one guy that season in 2006.
Man, I'm getting all the dates just messed up in my head. Can I get Marshall Faulk?
Marshall Faulk,
Give us a little
unfortunately, is incorrect.
I don't know if he had retired at that point, but I know he
It's
was hurt.
slightly
worried.
after the Marshall Faulk era,
Dang it.
Okay.
if that helps.
Yeah.
It does, and I'm going to save that hint. But this guy was on the cover of Madden 07, which came out for the 2006 season. Sean Alexander.
Ooh,
Sean Alexander.
that's a
was
can't miss.
Not
What?
in the
No,
top
because
12 in 06.
there was a year he got hurt with a high ankle sprain. And he missed a bunch of time.
Yep.
That might have been it. Okay.
No.
I can find him. He's like way down here though. Yeah, he that was his injury plagued season.
Okay.
Yeah, here he is at 30. Only played 10 games that season.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
On a points per game basis, he would have been up there because he averaged 13 points per game. But now,
Okay.
and I'm not even sure this is PPR because LaDainian Tomlinson had 28 touchdowns that season to average 26.6. So I'm not even sure this is PPR.
That could have been touchdown only scoring and probably still average.
Honestly,
True.
could have. Here we go.
PPR
I'm gonna
wasn't
switch it
that
to
popular.
PPR. I just saw I can switch the settings. In that case, he would have been at 30.1 fantasy points per game in
That's
PPR.
disgusting, dude. Oh my God. Okay, but our other two guesses are still incorrect, right?
The other two are still incorrect,
So,
unfortunately.
okay, since this is the last strike, I need to talk to you, Tyler, about this.
Would you guys like a player to kind of also help anchor the era?
I have two guesses. Now I picked up your hint.
Mm-hmm.
One of them has to be Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson. Yep, he was number 2
Very good.
that season.
And I think, if I remember correctly, Priest Holmes is still pretty good around this era.
Unfortunately, this was not the Priest Holmes era. This was the Larry Johnson era.
He had just left. Okay.
Yep, Larry Johnson. Unfortunately, this is tough. All right, so a couple of these would have been really tough. A couple of them you're going to kick yourself. So,
I'm gonna give one more guess.
Do it just for fun.
Is Amon Green on that list?
Close. He was 14.
Ooh, just missed it. Okay.
Yep. And he missed a couple games on a points per game basis. He probably would have been in there.
Okay. All right. So who's on there?
There's a few you're going to be like, I can't believe I didn't guess that. LaDainian Tomlinson, Steven Jackson, Larry Johnson. So those were the top 3 that year.
Okay.
Brian Westbrook.
Oh, okay.
Frank Gore.
Right over to Lair. Oh,
Okay.
Frank Gore, yep. Tiki Barber.
Oh,
Willie
okay.
Parker.
I thought about Willie Parker. Okay.
Maurice Jones-Drew.
Ooh.
Reggie Bush. These next two would have been really tough. If you would have pulled these two names out, I would have been extremely impressed.
Invincible. Okay.
Liddell Betts from Washington.
I never would have guessed that. No.
And then Rudy Johnson from Cincinnati.
Brutal.
Okay, so Corey Dillon would have been out already.
He would have been
Because
out.
I think he might have been in New England at the time. I was thinking about Corey Dillon, but
Rudy Johnson was in
Okay.
there between Corey Dillon and Ben Jarvis Green Ellis.
yeah, I do remember that. Okay.
And then Joseph Adai was number 12.
Oh, right after Edgerrin James, Joseph Adai.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So
I
you guys
had-
are 1-1. One
I
and
had a
one.
couple.
All right, here we go. We're gonna spring it forward a little bit. We're gonna go to the COVID season.
Oh,
The
geez.
COVID season, wide receivers in 2020.
Ooh, okay. Let's do 2020. So heavy, was that Antonio Brown Raiders drama? Or was that the year before that?
It was the year before that. Antonio Brown would have been not with the Raiders. Where'd he go after?
Patriots.
Yes, but I don't think he played. That one's risky. I don't know if he played enough.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Tyreek Hill's on that list.
Tyreek Hill is on the list, number 2 that season in fantasy points. So you are good there.
Let's do. I want to say Calvin Ridley, but that's kind of a.
That's
Because
this.
Invisible glory. That's right. Tucci said.
That's actually Calvin Ridley's not a bad guess.
Because that's
the
his
year-
rookie. That was his rookie year, and that's when he had 12 touchdowns, right?
I think it's after the rookie year, but that was also the year before he got suspended. Calvin
just
Ridley's
say-
not a bad guess. I would do that.
Okay, let's do Ridley.
Ridley was number 5 that season.
Okay.
18.8 points per game.
Okay. Julio Jones is or he's actually hardly there at that point. So no more Falcons. He's consistently had 1,000-yard seasons. Mike Evans on that list?
Mike Evans is number 11.
Oh, just made it. Okay.
Yep,
cool.
that was his 1,006 yard season, his lowest total. But he had 13 touchdowns to make up for it.
That's insane. The fact that 1,006 is a career low is insane.
Isn't
Like,
it?
just
Okay,
incredible consistency.
could I ask your guys' opinion on this? Because I saw this on Twitter and I thought this was insane. People are saying that Mike Evans is not a Hall of Famer because
No, he is. That's
consistency doesn't matter because he was never a top 3 wide receiver. Which
it's
arguably in
such a dumb
2021 he was, right? At least for fantasy, he was
Uh,
like a top 2. He was wide receiver 2 in fantasy. I assume statistically, but I feel like
I think he's a
first
Hall
ballot.
of Famer. I think it's
Okay.
going to take him a while. I don't think he's like a shoe-in, like first
Really?
ballot
Okay.
guy or anything like that. But I think he gets in. The receiver position is just a tough one right now.
Yeah.
Like we still have guys like I don't think Reggie Wayne's in yet. I don't think Torrey
Reggie
Holt's
not in. Torrey Holt's not
not
in.
in. So
Man.
I
Andre
think he'll
Johnson
get there.
needs to be in. He's not in yet.
Yeah, so I think he gets there. There's just a little bit of a log jam at the wide receiver position, just because there's a lot of good ones. So I do think he gets in though. So you guys have what, 3?
With
Yeah.
3.
3,
And
and
no
no
strikes.
misses yet.
No misses. I feel like we can sweep this too. We shouldn't miss.
So I'm
I
thinking-
want to say
I-
CD.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking CD.
CeeDee Lamb was not.
Oh,
a
come
top
on.
Okay.
Where was he?
He was 24.
And
that
is this
season.
PPR?
Yep. But remember, 2020, I believe, was his rookie season,
Yeah.
which is a little bit of a hint.
Oh, Justin Jefferson.
There you go. Justin Jefferson, number 6 that year.
So we need
Okay.
That was a nice little hint for you.
Looking at. Oh man. No, 2020. No. He got hurt. Michael Thomas would have been 2019.
See, this is the hard thing is
Oh.
you would think, Adam Thielen, right?
Adam Thielen, number 10.
And my guess is Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, that was in between. So he was not that year. The year before, he was number 4. and then the year after he had a big year, but that year.
Oh, I'm so dumb. I just thought of another guy. That's super obvious.
I think you got one more guess though.
Yeah, we got one more guess.
You got one more guess. Devontae Adams, as
Yep.
Tunchi literally just said it.
Devontae Adams, the number one guy.
I looked up, I saw Packers, and I'm like, oh, Devontae's right there.
Yep.
Okay.
It's easy. It's easy to mix up. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Peter, I'm sending you in the chat right now the link to this. I'm going to have you host this one, and me and Heavy T are going to see how many we can get.
And Peter drops. So,
Peter's like, no, I don't want to do that. Just kidding.
He's back.
I got disconnected for some weird reason. Okay.
You're like, I don't want to do that.
What are you saying?
All right. I sent you the link in the private chat there.
Okay.
You go ahead and pull it up. I'm not looking at anything.
Man.
I'm going to play this time. Heavy T and I are going to play this time. Let's see how we do.
Fun fact for Devontae Adams, his rookie season, he had 12 drops.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Especially for a guy that's not getting targeted a lot.
Quentin Johnston
off
90 targets.
He's ready to do it.
Okay, let's see. How old are you, Garrett?
I'm 33 years old.
Wow, you don't look a day over 32.
Thanks, man.
2008 defenses.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
No.
Kickers. Let's do tight ends.
Okay. Ooh, 2008.
Ooh,
tight ends.
2008 tight ends. That's going to be tough. Okay.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Yep. Jason Witten's got to be on there.
Yeah.
Number two.
Okay.
201 points.
I think I got most of this, I think.
Oh, yeah?
We'll see. I could be wrong. I know another one that's a pretty much a layup. You cool with me taking it, Tyler?
Yeah, go ahead.
Antonio Gates.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4.
Okay.
8 touchdowns. Down here.
And I'm guessing your boy's got to be on there, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm thinking Tony Gonzalez has to be on there.
Tony Gonzalez, tight end 1.
Nice.
206.
Okay.
There's a 60-point difference between tight end 1 and tight end 2 that year.
Damn. Okay.
All right. So this was just before Gronk, Aaron Hernandez, Jimmy Graham. This was right before those guys because they were in 2010. So it's just before there.
I'm gonna take a guess.
Okay.
Owen Daniels.
It's a good guess.
Oh my goodness. Great guess. Tight end 6. Houston.
Let's go.
All right, I got another
166 points. What you got?
Dallas Clark.
Yep. Tight end 3. 195
And
points.
I think we could sweep this with this answer.
Okay.
Vernon Davis.
It's a good guess. It's a good guess.
No.
Oh.
Tight end 28.
He must have got hurt.
Okay.
No, 16 games.
Hey, wow, he's
Just
So was
358 reception yard.
Was that his rookie year?
Touchdowns. I think that was his rookie year.
That could have been his rookie year. Okay.
That's Kyle Pitts-esque.
All right, I'm gonna try.
All right,
here.
calm down.
This one might be a little late in his career, but I'm gonna
Vernon
go.
is San Francisco.
I'm gonna go with Jeremy Shockey.
That's a good guess.
Uh-oh.
No,
I didn't. 22.
Oh,
Guys, you
Was
guys
he
are doing
hurt?
so good.
because he had a very injury.
12 games.
Okay.
But for he had 7.9 points per game, which would have put him around like top 15.
Okay.
Okay, Garrett, you can help me out with this.
Okay.
It's 2008. The Eagles go to the NFC Championship game. Who was their tight end that year?
Was it Brent Selleck?
That's who I was thinking.
But is it? Tunchi says the Panthers tight end. I don't think Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen wasn't there yet. I think he was.
He was 09.
He was with the Bears though. Ooh, Greg Olsen was with the Bears.
I think he went to the Bears after the Panthers, right?
No. He went to the Bears. He was in the Bears before.
He was the Bears, then the Panthers.
Yeah,
maybe.
So, Brent Selleck, Greg Olsen.
Could be Brent Selleck. That would have been a little bit early in his career.
What about what was his name with the Lions? Brandon Pettigrew.
Pettigrew was a sort of a bust, but he might have had one season.
Yeah, he was there.
Could have maybe.
Oh, Washington's tight end. I think his name was like Chris Cooley or something like that. Like, he had some really good years.
Yeah. I forgot all about him.
I think I want to go Washington. I want to go.
All right, let's do it. Chris Cooley.
Man, you guys got so close, and you got it right. Tight end 5.
Yes.
Tight end 5, 106 points. 106 points per game. 10.6 points per game. 169 points overall. Greg Olson would have been right.
He would have been
Everything else
okay.
Would have been wrong. Yeah, just with his time in the Bears. 5 touchdowns. 574 yards and 5 touchdowns is enough to make you a top 12 tight end.
Jeez.
Man, what a wasteland.
Well, so who are the rest of the guys?
Oh man, some of these names are just brutal. So, let's see. Tony Gonzalez, Jason Witten. Did you guys say Witten?
Yeah, that was the first guess.
Okay, yeah. Clark, Gates, Cooley, Daniels, John Carlson.
Wow, wouldn't have gotten that.
Vikings tight end Vizante Chacon.
Wouldn't have got that.
I have no idea.
Shenko?
I'm putting in the
yeah, Vizante Shenko, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Zach Miller, Greg Olson, Bo Scaife on the Titans.
Escafe. Whatever that
And then
name sounds
Anthony
like.
Fasano on the Dolphins.
Oh, I forgot about Fasano. Okay,
I forgot about Fasano
Ooh,
too.
okay. Are we doing another? Am I doing another one?
If you want to, do you want to do another
Okay.
one, or we can have Tyler do one?
Yeah, I
No,
love this. Chat.
Okay.
First off,
Give me a year.
I am so glad that I was able to pull the memory banks of Owen Daniels and Chris Cooley.
Yeah, that felt good.
Insane.
Ooh, that was
Felt
good.
good.
Okay, chat. Give me a year and give me a position.
Oh, we're gonna let the chat choose. I like it.
Yep. Let's have the chat choose.
I like it.
Man, so some notable names from this. Mercedes Lewis was tight end 18. Kellen Winslow
Okay.
was 19. Jeremy Shockey was 22.
Yep.
Martellus Bennett, 29.
All right.
Can't believe Mercedes Lewis is still in the league.
No, is he really?
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh,
Jets,
God.
right? No, Bears.
I think it's I'd have to look. I don't. He's been on so many teams; it's hard to keep track.
2015 wide receiver.
Okay,
Love it.
I like it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Pull it
have
up.
to think with this one.
The
Let's
trickiest
do
part is like
preseason.
factoring in the injuries. But I know like there's a few big names that I know, unless it was like Julio. Julio's got to be in there. He never had any like major injury riddled seasons.
At least until the end, yeah.
Yeah, until the end. But is Julio not in there?
Is that a guess?
Yeah, we'll make it.
Yeah, we'll use it.
Wide receiver 2.
I was
Very
gonna say,
good.
Very good.
I'm pretty sure.
So Antonio Brown.
Well, we got number 1. That's all right. That was one I was gonna
And
guess because that was
he-
when he started like
yeah.
his run.
Yeah, he had 382.2 points. Julio Jones had 381.1 point.
Oh
Oof,
wow.
Okay.
That was very close. When I really,
All right, so we got a layup on that one.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
guessing AJ
Let's say-
Green would be in that group.
Give me 7 because you guys are really burning through this.
Okay,
because that is correct.
We'll do 8. We'll do 8.
Okay, let's wait.
He has to be. Mike Evans has to still be in there.
Nope.
Ooh, okay.
All right, I'm going
Is
AJ Green.
22.
You went
AJ
AJ Green already, so that was right.
Yep.
You said it was right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I missed that. I'm thinking Demaryius Thomas. Was this Peyton Manning's big season?
No. Peyton Manning's big season was 2013,
13?
I think. This would have been the year. I think he had the noodle arm.
So
So
might
he
have-
would have had
Tebow.
Brock Osweiler.
Or was it Osweiler?
I think it was Osweiler. Yeah.
Brock Lobster.
Okay, 2015 wide receivers.
Deshaun Watson,
who
you
are
mean?
the Eagles wide receivers at this time?
Deshaun Jackson.
Is Jackson and Macklin, are they both still there?
I think this might be the end of them.
Okay.
This might be the beginning of Nelson Aguilar, actually.
That's gross. I don't want to hear that name. Okay, we'll get that. Put that there.
Okay.
Is Steve Smith still in the league? Because he had one good year in Baltimore.
Seems like it could be a little late for him, but I'm guessing Fitzgerald's got to be on there.
Oh, Larry Fitz. Yeah, he's got to be
Fitzgerald's got to be on there, right?
Great guess. Yep. Wide receiver 7.
Okay. So Fitz is there.
So you got 3 so far.
Des Bryant has to be on this list.
Oh, yeah. Des would be on this list. He's not?
Wrong.
Wow. Okay.
He is not on the list.
Okay. Oh, I got one. I know this is a little bit of a seemingly left field, but I'm pretty confident.
Bryant is ahead of Des Bryant.
Huh?
Martavis Bryant is ahead of Des Bryant on this list. Anyway.
Doug Baldwin.
Oh, man. That makes me like you even more, Garrett. Yes, that is correct. Wide receiver 10.
I was going to say, I know Doug Baldwin had some nice ones there.
Yep. So that's 4.
Hold
on. Only 4?
In one strike?
We only have 4. We had Bryant, Julio,
Green,
Brown, Julio,
Green,
Fitzgerald,
Baldwin.
and then
so 5.
Okay, Baldwin 5. I don't think Thielen was on the scene yet.
I don't think so either. I'm trying to think.
What?
Wait, this is 2015. Hold on.
Was Nuke
2015?
There yet?
Who?
Nuke, DeAndre Hopkins.
That
was probably his rookie year.
He was.
So I don't know if he would have been in the top 12 yet.
Okay,
but he might have been.
That's the year the Panthers go to the Super Bowl. Who was their wide receiver?
The Panthers went to the Super Bowl that year? Oh, yeah. That was the Cam Newton.
That was the 15-1 season.
Yeah, that was the Cam Newton year.
Who would have been?
Ted Ginn was on that team, but it wasn't him.
No, it's not going to be Ted Ginn.
Greg Olsen was there.
Who was with the Niners and the Saints, too? Because those dudes were still catching. Oh, Marquise Colston.
I think that's a little late for Colston. I think Colston was more like 10 or 11.
Okay.
I think that was his big time.
The Rams aren't good, so that's a no. The Niners.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Calvin Johnson has to be on this.
Oh, he hadn't. No.
Was he retired yet?
No, wait. Hold on. Don't say anything.
I don't think he was retired.
He had to have been retired because he was drafted. He was drafted in 2003. He only played 10 years in the league. He retired in 12 or 13. So I'm pretty sure he was retired at this point.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't drafted that early. 2003. Because he was drafted while I was in high school.
No, you're right.
It's like 06, 07.
Yeah, he's drafted 06, 07. No, you're right. Okay, yeah, Calvin Johnson has to be on that.
I think Calvin Johnson's on it.
Wide receiver 12.
Yes.
Ooh.
Very close, boys.
Okay.
So we got our 6, but we said we're going to get like 7 or 8 of these.
You said 8.
Yeah, we said 8. Who are the Ravens wide receivers at this time? Are the Ravens?
They've never had anybody in there except Steve Smith.
Okay, so that's a no. The Bengals, we already said AJ Green. Do the
Steelers
Titans
already had Antonio Brown. It could be. Ooh, I bet this is. All right, here's 2 names.
Okay.
I think the first one I'm not super sure. The second one I'm pretty confident on. First name Miles Austin for the Cowboys. I don't think so though.
I don't think so either.
Second one I feel pretty good about though. Victor Cruz.
Oh, did he get hurt yet? Because he had the breakout year in 12. I'm gonna say He didn't. If you want to use it as a guess, go ahead.
All right, let's save it if we get desperate and we feel like we need somebody else. I bet Jordy Nelson or Randall Cobb.
Jordy Nelson.
It's got to be Jordy. Jordy's on there. We're going Jordy.
Is that your guess?
Yes.
Wrong.
No.
Jordy Nelson is not on the list.
I'm shooketh.
There's a small possibility that could have been his Raiders year.
I don't think he was with the Raiders yet.
Let's see. Jordy Nelson. Yeah, I wanted to know what's happening in 2015. Out for the season with knee injury.
Oh, that was the
Randall
ACL
Cobb
tear.
Yep.
So that was the Randall Cobb year then.
That was the Jordy ACL tear. Okay.
So was Cobb in the top 12 then? Because we got our third strike, so we're out.
No, that was your second.
Oh, that was only our second? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you
Was
want to use
Keenan
Cobb?
Allen there yet?
Keenan.
Keenan's been in the league for a minute.
He has. I want to say he's the same class as Nuke.
Okay, so it might be a tad early. The Colts have Andrew Luck at this time.
It would have
Who
been
is
the
their
end of
stars?
Reggie Wayne.
Who is their star receiver?
Do you want me
This
to
is-
list the wide receivers that you've guessed so far?
Yes,
again?
say all the ones we've guessed so far. That'll work.
Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Larry Fitzgerald, AJ Green, Doug Baldwin, and Demaryius Thomas and Calvin Johnson.
Okay, I don't think we actually officially guessed Demaryius Thomas, but I'm glad you gave it to us. Because we said we didn't think that was that
Yeah.
year.
I need because Brock, Noodle. Yeah, I'm just giving. You guys need some help.
All right.
Okay, this guy was consistently good, but I don't know if he was retired yet. Pierre Garçon keeps sticking in my head. I don't know if he was.
This would have been
gone
his
now.
Washington days, and I don't think he would have been top 12 at that point.
Ooh, Puka
Texans didn't really
Devontae.
have anybody. The Titans. Who was
Puka or
catching
Devontae, is that for this week or for long term? Because it's Puka long term,
Isn't that crazy?
but if it's just a start sit,
I'm still thinking Marquise Colston for some reason.
I
Trying to
that's
think who
too late. It's too
who
late.
was in Arizona with Carson. Oh no, we said Fitzgerald already. We said that. San Francisco, Seattle. We said those already. Detroit, Chicago. Who would have been? In
This could have
Chicago?
been the Dwayne Bowe season.
No,
Is this
I
the
think
Dwayne
that
Bowe
was
season?
I think that was a little bit earlier. I think that was like 13,
Okay.
12 or 13. Oh man. Did we say Deshaun Jackson? Did we say that one?
No, but
You have not.
Yeah, but you said it might be
This
at
is
the
your
end.
last strike.
Bills, Patriots. Would Wes Welker have done it? Was Julian Edelman?
it might be Julian
There
Edelman
yet?
by this point.
And this is
was
PPR.
Julian Edelman did catch a lot
Feels
of
like
balls.
one of them has to be on there, but which one?
I'm going to say Julian. That sounds about right. Because I remember him having him on the same fantasy team as Antonio Brown, and it was around this time.
All right, I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna go with Edelman.
I'm going to go Julian Edelman.
Locking it in.
Locking it in.
Yes.
Okay, I will read off the top 12 wide receivers.
Oh, he either just made it or just missed.
Antonio Brown,
Okay.
Julio Jones, Brandon Marshall,
Oh, that was his
that's what
Bears
we're
year.
DeAndre Hopkins,
Oh, Nuke did make it.
Odell Beckham Jr.,
Oh, how did we
His
forget
rookie
OBJ?
year.
Oh, my God.
So this would have been their second year. This would have been Nuke's second year then.
Allen Robinson,
Okay.
Larry Fitzgerald, AJ Green, Jarvis Landry,
Okay.
Doug Baldwin, Demaryius Thomas, and Calvin Johnson. Edelman is not in the top 20, 30. Where is Edelman?
Oh, my.
What about Welker? Was Welker close then?
He was so Edelman's top 37. Very close. Welker. Nope.
Wow. Who did he throw to that year?
Yeah, who was Tom Brady throwing
Gronk,
to
wasn't
it?
Just Gronk.
I guess. Like,
Just all Gronk all the time.
And Hogan is that Hogan?
Chris Hogan.
Chris Hogan was he was on the Bills. Who was
Okay.
It was just Gronk.
Brennan LaFell,
Oh God.
Danny Amendola.
Amendola. We picked the wrong white boy.
Yeah, there's so many in New England lore.
Very close.
All right.
We got 2018 quarterbacks. Do we want to do that?
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll keep it going, or we can move on to the next game. I do have another game that we could do. But
I'm down to do 2018 quarterbacks and then next game after.
That's fair. All right. Sounds good. We'll take a break. 2018 quarterbacks because our guy Thomas asked us to, and then we will move on to a new game.
From the Hometown Hero series, Zach Parise.
That is a very nice card, and that's one I'm probably going to have to organize a little trade ski with you because I would actually like that card.
You got downtown Newark in the background. I mean, Newark has never looked so good.
No, it is not.
We'll put that back up on the screen. I just want to have a penny sleeve ready, and yes, we can absolutely work out a little trade ski for that because that belongs in a Devil fans collection right there.
I'll trade you the Braden Schneider rookie card for it.
Done.
There we go. The first card for card trade on Rip and Rip history. And it was that easy.
It was that easy. That's because, you know what? Because neither one of us are jerks. And it's the same thing when we try and do fantasy trades. Like, we don't try and screw each other. We have conversations. If there's a fit, there's a fit. If it's not, it's not. We don't try and, take the other one over the barrel. So there you go. In a penny sleeve. Hometown hero, Zach Parise. He was among the league's most productive goal scorers in 06-07 and followed up with a terrific regular season with an even more impressive postseason. And then they talk about what he did in the first round series against Tampa Bay that year. So that's off to the side for you.
That's true. And, if this is it for his career, he had a hell of a career.
He did.
Hopefully he comes back one more year with the Islanders, but if he doesn't, hell of a run.
All right, we are back. If you've missed it, this is our final BSN meets Dynasty Nerd show of all time. Well, I shouldn't say of all time. Maybe, you never know what could happen, but at least for the foreseeable future, this is the final show.
You could be the Tom Brady.
What's that?
You could be Tom Brady in this.
That's true. I could be Jordan. Come back. Never know. Go play baseball for a bit. All right, so we are doing a little bit of flashbacks. We've reminisced a little bit. We've talked about Peter's childhood a little bit, and we've been talking about random years of fantasy football performances, and we're trying to guess the top 12s of those seasons. So far, we've done, I think, well. I wouldn't say great, but I think we've done.
You guys struggled on the last one. I'm not gonna lie. I gave you 2.
I think we would have got those.
I'll give us a B so far.
Okay, I think that's fair. All right.
Yeah.
So 2018 quarterbacks.
Can I make a little change to this game?
Okay.
Sure.
So you can guess a quarterback outside. So if you say a top 24 quarterback, but it has to be 24 to 12.
Okay.
A quarterback 2. You could guess a quarterback 2, but you have to specify.
That if it's quarterback 1 or 2. Got it. Okay.
Okay. So if we just want to say it just for funskies.
Yeah. Show
All
off.
right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm good with that.
There's some fun names in quarterback 2, Rome.
I'm sure there are. All right. Tyler, you want to go first?
Well, QB1 has to be Patrick Mahomes. That was his breakout year.
I think
are you
you're
calling it
early.
In 18? No, because he goes to the AFC Championship game in 2018.
2000. Oh, just a second. 2018, correct. I had 2019 up.
Oh, okay.
And this I put 6-point pass touchdowns. There's a filter, so I confirmed that it's 6 point.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, table. I'm pretty sure Mahomes is in there, but we'll table that. Rodgers has to be
right.
in there.
Was he? Now I'm trying to remember. Yeah, because he was 17 draft class, so 18 would have been his breakout year. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. So it's
18.
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, quarterback 1, 517 points, 32 points per game.
Okay. The following year was
amazing.
Lamar's breakout year, but I don't remember.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Lamar started late at the end of 2018.
Right.
They
so
started with Flacco,
right.
and then they went
So
to Lamar later.
he wouldn't have been in there. Allen, those guys wouldn't have been in there. But Aaron Rodgers was obviously balling at that point, but he did have one random injury year, and I don't remember which year it was.
The Bears year when he was playing obviously he was playing the Bears.
The Bears.
But he came
week
back.
1 Sunday Night Football, and he came back in the second half. I was working at NBC at the time because I saw this game live in the bullpen.
What year was that?
I want to say that is the year before. I want to say it's 2017.
All right. Well, let's go with Aaron Rodgers then.
Quarterback 9.
Nice.
Very good.
Okay.
362 points.
Okay.
2018.
Brady was balling.
Brady was still balling. Correct. Oh, Russell Wilson was balling too.
Russ was definitely balling. Let's put both of those in right now.
Okay, so Brady and Russ.
Tom Brady was quarterback 12, which fits them very well.
That's his number.
Russell Wilson, quarterback 7. So
Okay.
you have 4.
That was the
Okay.
end of the Cam Newton era.
That's I was
So
thinking.
I'm thinking he's not in there.
That's also the end of Eli Manning, so he's not in there.
Big Ben was probably still in there though. He had some nice seasons towards the end. That last one was rough. The last one was
yes.
rough.
Najee, though.
Is this the year?
I think 20 was either 19 or 20 was the elbow issue year.
Oh,
I think it was
no.
18.
He's still in this year. Drew Brees is still there.
Drew
Because
Brees is
that's
still
the
there.
year they get screwed in the NFC title game.
Right.
So Drew Brees is in there. And actually, on that note, Jared Goff should be in there as well because they were slinging it all over the field.
They were. So definitely Jared Goff. You're right.
Okay, so both of those, Drew Brees and Jared Goff.
Both of those in.
Yeah.
Quarterback 8, Breeze. Quarterback 6, Jared Goff.
Nice.
Love
All right.
to see
So did we already get 6?
Yeah. Give me.
Let's see. Let's see if
4.
we can get all 12.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay,
So
what do
you
we
got
have so far?
Mahomes?
I think Ben was
Big
in
Ben.
there, dude. Oh, clearly he was.
well, okay, but we were going to say Ben
We were
anyway.
gonna
You
say
were gonna
Ben.
say it.
We were
Yeah.
gonna
We
say
were going
Ben.
to say it. I'm not going to list them. You guys have to remember them.
Okay, I'm going to throw a guess out there.
Don't make it official yet. Just throw it
No,
out.
I'm not going to fish it. I'm going to throw this out there to you guys. Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. This would have been his
The
second
year-
season.
Yeah, second
He was
season.
injured his first season. His second season. I think he. Let's table that one for now.
Okay.
I don't remember. Like, I know he had a good year. I don't remember how good. But you're probably right. He probably was in there. Another one to look at would be Kirk Cousins.
Thought about that.
Kirk Cousins I think that was his first year in Minnesota.
I
And he had a
also
good season with Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen.
Yes. Okay.
I feel pretty decent about that one.
Couple names that go through my head.
Okay.
Andy Dalton, but he's probably more of a quarterback too.
I think that was a little late for him.
Yeah, and I just forgot the second name that was in my. Oh, Matt Stafford was the other.
Definitely could be Stafford. I'm pretty confident Dak was.
2018. This would have been.
I think 15 was his
years.
rookie year, or it was either 15 or 16.
was 16 was his rookie year because the Falcons had the number 2 seed
Okay.
and Dallas had the number 1, and I wanted Atlanta to go to Dallas to face Dak and just shut them up, but they lost to Green Bay. So 16 was the rookie year.
Well, speaking of that, you haven't said your boy Matt Ryan.
So 18. Okay, so I thought about that. 18 is when he's on the little bit of the downward spiral.
He had like an every other year thing going for a while there.
Yeah. Also on that note, Phillip Rivers is probably still up there.
Man, we have a lot of good options to still put in.
Okay, I'm going to say Matt Ryan. I'm going to say he's up there.
Quarterback 2.
Nice.
Okay. I didn't.
All right, how we feel about Kirk? I'm
it's-
feeling pretty good about Kirk.
I think Kirk is a good guess.
All right, Kirk Cousins.
Quarterback 11.
Nice. Okay, we've gotten almost all of them.
I think we have.
We haven't
8
said
of
Dak
the
yet.
12.
Was Dak in there?
Are you putting that in?
No.
I would lock it in.
All right, let's do it.
Quarterback 14.
Oh! Dagger to the heart. All right, can you read off the ones we've got, or are you going to be confused?
Okay, I'm going to see if I can do this.
Okay.
Mahomes, Ryan, Big Ben, Goff, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Tom Brady.
So we have 11 of the 12? We've guessed
Yeah,
11.
2.
Or no, we've guessed 9. We've guessed 9 of the 12.
Oh,
Okay.
you're missing 1,
Missing
2, 3. Yeah.
Okay. So Dak was just short. Cousins was in.
I just want to say this name to potentially eliminate it. I think he was hurt. I don't think Andrew Luck is there yet. Or he's hurt.
What year did he retire?
I think the following. I think he retired in 19.
Okay. Because he was so banged up in 18.
Yeah.
So let's leave him out for the moment.
Who was the Broncos quarterback in 18?
That was when they were going through all kinds of quarterbacks. They had
Okay.
Osweiler, they had Paxton Lynch, they had
Oh, Simeon would have been there.
they were going
Okay,
through all
so-
kinds
It's not the Broncos. Case Keenum
of Case
was
Keenum.
their starting quarterback.
Okay, Case Keenum did have a good year.
But it
The
was
other one-
the year
that was
before.
Minnesota.
Yeah, but it was the year before that, too.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we didn't say. I don't think we said Phillip Rivers.
We didn't, and we probably should.
I'll say Phillip Rivers.
Yep. He is quarterback 10.
Okay, so we're missing 2.
So what spots are we missing?
You're missing quarterback 4 and quarterback 5.
Ooh, so there were upper end ones in 18.
I'm still thinking Deshaun.
Deshaun
table
still
down.
could absolutely be in there. Let me eliminate some guys. I don't think Derek Carr.
No, it was 2 years after the potential MVP year. So
Do you want to
Um,
know if the people that you're eliminating are true or not? I guess no. I shouldn't.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should.
no.
You should.
the Titans have
That would have
Mariota
been
at this
Marcus
point.
Mariota.
I don't think so.
Tampa Bay
which
would have been
means-
Jameis Winston. I don't
Yeah,
think
exactly.
either one had a top 12 season.
Arizona. That wasn't Murray yet. Was that still Carson Palmer? No.
Could've-
No. Because 17 they drafted Rosen. So
Oh, Wentz is actually a good guess because Wentz did have a year in the top 12, didn't he? He might have even had
Yep.
2.
that was the MVP year. But I think that's the next year. Actually, hold on. 2018. No, it would have been the year before, 2017.
I
No,
think-
actually, wait. No. It would have been this year.
Let's go Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz.
Strike 2.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Do we want to put
He
Watson?
was 21. It was his MVP season, 11 games.
Oh, I thought he was hurt way later than that. I didn't realize it was in week 11. I thought he was like in. You know what? I'll tell you what. We'll have some assistance. Maybe 1 second.
Oh, we cheating? Oh, Dennis Bennett.
What's going on, fellas?
How you doing, buddy?
You know, I'm doing fantastic. Came from a great show, nice little holiday jazz concert my son was putting on at school. So
Man, you look positively radiant, Dennis.
Yeah, well, my shade kind of went to hell, and so my lighting is harsh again. So it's just a
Okay.
reflection off my 5 head.
No, dude, it's that Christmas glow. Let's be real.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We've been playing some games, Dennis, and this one is trying to guess the top 12s from random years. You only have to get 6 of the 12, but we were ambitious on this one. This was 2018 quarterbacks. Tyler and I have gotten 9, or have we gotten to 10? 10 of the 12 quarterbacks that year, and with only 2 misses.
From 2018.
From 2018.
And I'll read the ones that you guys got off. Mahomes, Ryan, Big Ben, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, Kirk Cousins, and Thomas Brady. La GOAT.
So from 18, was Dak injured that year?
We got Dak
He was
in
quarterback
there.
14. That was a
Okay.
guess.
Yeah,
Well,
that was one of the ones we
And
missed.
you're on strike 2, by the way.
So our next miss is Aaron.
Okay.
You can talk about
Your
it.
honor is
We'll
in
lock it
stake.
in when it's
At
official.
stake.
A name we can bring back.
Is Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson and Matt Stafford.
Yep. We have not officially guessed either one of those.
Okay.
You guys brought them up and totally this is totally not a thing, but this was a great year simply because of this. This was the Jameis Winston, Ryan Fitzpatrick year that they kept switching, and they were both super good for fantasy football. Ryan Fitzpatrick averaged 25 points per game.
This was the Fitzmagic year where he
So
wore
that was
Deshaun Jackson's tracksuit.
so that was top 5 points per game numbers for him right there. So I just thought I would bring that up.
All
Fun
right.
little tidbit.
Can you read me the 10 again so I can finish writing them down?
Patrick Mahomes,
Oh, yeah.
Matty Ice,
Yeah.
Big Ben, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, Kirk Cousins, and Tom Brady.
Okay, another name to think about. Tannehill is still in Miami.
I thought about him.
The Gase years were pretty bad, but I think he had one actually good year.
I thought
under
about him.
Gase. The Jets don't have a quarterback here. I don't even know who it was.
Well, the
in
hard part is it's
2018.
4-5. I feel like it would be different if it was like 10-11, where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, these could be fringe guys, but like these guys had to have had a really good season.
I feel
And, like,
like we.
I
I feel
almost
like
said
we have to.
Trubisky, but he
No,
didn't have
no,
that
no,
good
no,
of a
no,
year.
18, was that Cousins in Minnesota or Cousins in Washington?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I think that was his first year in Minnesota. Because I remember the Browns almost traded for him, but instead decided to draft Baker.
We could still put in.
Or maybe that was the second year. I don't remember.
We could still put in Stafford.
See, I
Stafford
don't think
feels like
Stafford did because that was after Megatron.
Okay, it's not Arizona because Arizona would have been Kyler Murray's rookie year. It's not him.
No, his rookie year was 19.
Who
was
was
in
in
18?
Denver that year?
It was a committee.
Like Paxton Lynch and
Oh, okay.
It was Case Keenum was quarterback
Oh,
1.
Case Keenum. That's right.
And Watson was in Houston, right?
Correct.
That-
That's
that was
that's the one that I feel like we haven't guessed. That is probably
Before the shit hit the fan.
I think we got to go with Watson. Right? I just can't think of anybody else that would realistically. be there.
I'll do it. I'll do Deshaun Watson.
All right, is Watson in the top 5 there?
Dennis, are you signing off?
Yeah. Looking at the list of teams. I mean, to me, 2018 was so long ago. My kids were so little then. I like one of them, 2018. Gosh, Cole was. Anyways, I'm old. That's what I'm getting at.
Deshaun Watson, quarterback 5.
Ooh, okay.
So one more,
All right.
quarterback 4.
So our incorrect guesses were Dak and Wentz.
and we're still tabling Stafford. I think we've said no to Andrew Luck. No Kyler Murray. Who was in San Francisco?
I don't know if I'm starting to rethink the no to Andrew Luck. How much, I remember he was always hurt, but did he actually miss time?
One of the
I'll
years
say
he
this 'cause
injured his spleen.
He's way down. Nick Mullins started the most games for San Francisco with 8.
Okay.
He's not quarterback.
I think it is Luck, because I actually traded for Andrew Luck in the offseason that year, literally 2 weeks before he retired. And
that would have been Josh Allen's second year. I don't think he was all that yet. Not yet.
No, in 2018, that would have been his rookie year, because he was in the same class as Lamar and Baker and Darnold and
you're probably right. I always get them mixed
Josh
up with
Rosen.
17 for some reason.
So how many yards?
17 was Mahomes, Watson, and Trubisky.
Okay, you're right.
Like, did Lamar rush for enough yards and enough touchdowns his rookie year to?
He did not. I know that.
Remember
for a fact, 'cause he started with
Flacco?
Oh, that's right.
Flacco was still the guy for most of the year.
And
Flacco is
Flacco's still the guy?
31st. Jackson is 30. They're
That's
back to back. That's very funny.
Okay.
All right, I think we gotta go Luck, dude. I think we gotta go with Luck.
Yeah, by process of elimination, it has to be Andrew Luck.
It has to be Andrew. We're locking it in. Andrew Luck.
Okay, I'll read the top 50 quarterbacks. No,
50.
Andrew Luck, quarterback 4.
Yes.
Enough for me to draft him extremely high in my first Dynasty startup draft, and for him to retire a week after I drafted him.
No.
I gotta say, I'm really glad I could help bail you guys out on this.
Hey, the thing is, you jumped in and then we won. That's the best kind of teammate.
They were spiraling before you hopped on, Dennis.
Yeah,
we got all 12. That's pretty impressive.
We honestly, we may have named every starting quarterback to at least start the season.
You brought up Cam Newton, who was 13. Trubisky was 15, which is good. Stafford was 18. Carr was 19. And yeah, Josh Allen was 23.
Okay, so we had some really close table this dude over here.
Yeah. We did it. We did it right, though. We did it right.
All right.
Wow.
All
what
right,
a rush.
So speaking of Trubisky, I got a question for you.
All right.
Do you think Kenny Pickett is going to be as good as Trubisky was in Chicago ever? Because he hasn't been. And I know Trubisky kind of got the short end of the stick in Pittsburgh, just like Pickett did with Matt Canada. What if Trubisky comes in and just lights it up?
Dennis, we're so over that. We're so over that, Dennis.
I'm telling you, Heavy T and I talked about it 2 weeks ago. If he doesn't go to Atlanta or stay in Minnesota, I'd hate it for the Browns, but I think Kirk Cousins in Pittsburgh would be incredible.
Deontay Johnson, wide receiver 1.
George Pickens, the offensive line's improved. It'd be pretty nice.
I think it'll be Josh Dobbs on the Steelers next year.
He's back.
Ends the cycle. Yeah.
Recognizing their mistake.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, what's the next game?
So it's in a similar fashion. But what we did was we looked at individual seasons of where guys ranked. However, I have pulled up the all-time list. Now, this goes back to 60s, 70s, old school football. Okay. I have
To be clear, that doesn't give me any kind of edge whatsoever, despite my advanced age.
Nobody said it, Dennis. Nobody said that.
I just like to get out in front of it.
Yeah, that's smart. That's wise. There's a lot of wisdom there. All right. So I will allow you guys. I've seen the list, so I can't play. But
that's convenient.
Yeah. I want to see how you guys can do as far as all-time fantasy points, not for a single season, but for their entire career. All right. So
is this PPR?
Huh?
Is this PPR or standard?
This is PPR points.
Hey, we didn't have PPR back then.
Touchdown only.
That's the nice part about math is
Kicker only leagues.
there's still ways to figure. Let me double check and make sure. Yep, PPR. This one, and then
Anthony has a great guess. So what's the top what? Do we have to
all right.
guess?
So let's start at the quarterback position. The most fantasy points at the quarterback position of all time. Just any of the top. Let's see. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. I'll give you a full point. I don't even know why I'm saying points. We're not doing points, but let's go for top 10. Let's go for top 10. If you're close, I'll let you know. But top 10 all time quarterbacks.
Tommy Beanbag has to be
Who?
very high. Thomas Brady.
Oh, Tommy.
I have never heard him called Tommy Beanbag.
You know, the funny thing is that since Boston is known as Beantown, that slightly works.
It does kind of work. And this is all time, not in the single season. This is all time points. And you are correct. Tommy Beanbag, aka Tom Brady, is the leader in all-time fantasy points. Now, for what it's worth, he's also played like 30 more games than anyone else on this list. But he is the all-time leader in fantasy football points, period, but specifically at the quarterback position.
If I have to think, and if I have to guess, I almost want to say Aaron Rodgers, and I say that because this dude was putting up numbers, but his touchdown to interception ratio was pretty insane for a while.
That is true, and you're not incorrect. He is number 5 all time in quarterback points for fantasy football.
So the game has changed a lot. So I'm going to speculate that
there are more recent names.
Yeah, many. So like Drew Brees played well into his 40s as well, threw a ton of touchdown passes. So I would guess Brees would be in there.
Brees is number 2.
Okay, I got Kurt, grocery store clerk Warner.
He is not.
That was kind of a back end. Oh, Geno Smith, that's a good one.
The problem with him, even though he had a good career, his career didn't really start till he was like 27.
Yeah, he started late.
So that kind of hurt his chance. Yeah, Geno Smith.
Geno.
Sure.
So
I'm gonna say Peyton Manning has to be on that list.
Yeah, that was my guy.
Manning, number 3 on the list.
The sheriff.
Number 3 on the list. So you guys have guessed 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Hey, Dennis.
Cam Newton is also tempting because he ran it in a lot.
I mean, Philip, the child maker has to be up there.
Philip the child maker is in fact up there. He is number 7 on the list.
I'm going to take a guess and say Cam Newton is also on that list.
Cam Newton is not. Now, they don't number this conveniently on StatMuse, but it looks like he's somewhere around like 17, 18.
Okay.
So he was at least in the conversation.
Ooh, Anthony has a good guess with Matt Ryan.
Cat Crying is on there. He is number 8.
Very nice.
Okay, so what numbers do we have so far?
So you have 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. So you're still missing 4, 6, 9, and 10.
So this is a group chat right now.
Yeah.
Would Dan Marino be on there?
That's low-key not a bad guess.
He threw a ton of
I mean, Brett Favre is on there.
Lots of yardage.
See, Brett Favre, okay, I thought about Brett Favre, but that dude threw like 300-something interceptions. So that would make me think that he's not on that.
Do they get
list.
penalized for that?
They do. They do get
Yeah,
penalized.
because I think it's -2 per interception.
Yeah.
So if he threw for 300, we're looking at minus 600 points. So, oh man, that's a lot. I mean, that almost takes away like nearly 2 seasons worth of points when you really think about it.
We already said Aaron Rodgers, Tunjo.
Yeah, we did.
If it helps,
Jameis Winston.
Drew Brees and Peyton Manning, they threw for 243 and 251 interception wise.
Okay.
I think Brett Favre's on there.
You locking it in?
So top 10. That's what we're trying to figure.
Is it top 10 or top 12?
Top 10.
Ooh.
We can do 12 if you want. I'm willing to do 12.
Sure, let's do 12.
All right.
Because I feel like Ben had a long career and had some big
Ben is a very good
numbers. You know, I would think Favre has got to be close. You know, if he's not in the top 10, he can't be. I don't feel like he's too far out because
if we're doing 12, he's probably on that list.
Yeah, let's.
I'll lock in Brett Favre. I'll be cool.
Number 4, Brett Favre.
Oh snap! Okay, so he was way up there. All right,
And I do really like Big Ben too as an
interceptions.
answer.
Yeah.
You locking him in as well or no?
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Oh yeah.
So you guys have the top 8 down. You have those all correct. However, you have nobody so far in 9 through 12.
So, man, okay.
I'll
Would
give you-
Mahomes
You want
be
some
there?
hints or no?
Did we go with Marino or no?
We didn't
Not
officially
officially
say
said Dan Marino.
That's just a fun guess. I don't.
Can I pull an old guy? Let's discuss. Dan Fouts. Lots of touchdowns,
100%
lots
not
of
on there.
yardage. Huh?
I'm willing to bet $1 million, Dennis.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
lucky. I know you don't have $1 million.
1 million film room cut-ups.
There you go.
All right. No, if you feel strongly, I just putting it out there for discussion. I know. I mean, he was one of the first Air Coryell quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true.
He was the
That is-
Eric Coryell quarterback.
Yeah.
I'll
Russell
agree with
Wilson,
Dan
I was
Marino.
thinking about
That's-
Wilson.
I think I'll agree with Dan Marino. That's a pretty good guess.
Dan Marino, number 9.
Ooh, okay.
So that,
Right.
oh man, that
10,
does
11, and
make
12.
that does make me kind of lean towards Dennis's guess.
I will lock that in as well because we have
'Cause
3
that-
spaces.
So what's the guess?
Dan Fouts.
Dan Fouts is incorrect.
Oh, you owe me $1 million now.
I do not see him on the top. It looks like there's probably 30 here, and I do not see him on it.
Okay.
Or at least 25.
I do like Russell Wilson. There's a part of me that wonders, could Mahomes be on the list by now? I think
I think it's a little too
it's too early.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan.
I think we said that one.
You already said
Yeah,
it.
that's right. Yep.
Man, Dan Fouts threw for 43,000 yards and 254 touchdowns and didn't make the list.
Didn't make the cut.
Years Mahomes.
No, he's not on that
I
list.
kind of. So now I'm thinking about the West Coast guys.
Well, I'm almost thinking like,
Joey.
yeah, I keep thinking Joe Montana. I don't think it was Steve Young because I don't think he played and started enough, I should say.
I think.
But Joe Montana, because Jerry Rice is top 3 fantasy wide receiver all time.
Oh, would you
Maybe
guys like a
5.
hint for the final 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 guys that would be considered current era, and 1 guy
Eli.
that is retired and has been for a little while.
I feel like
I think Eli's a good guess. Today's day and age.
Locking it in?
Yes.
That is incorrect. He is 14.
Oh, just missed.
Was he the guy that you were saying was retired or retired longer than that?
The guy that I said was retired has been retired significantly longer than that.
Oh, I feel like that's
So then, it might be Joe Montana then.
Are we locking that in?
Yeah, are we locking that in?
Dennis?
Yeah, we can lock it in.
You don't seem confident, Dennis.
Well, I'm just trying to. I'm looking at the list of teams, and I'm trying to figure out and try to remember how many years did Montana play. But he also, I mean, he racked up touchdowns with Rice and the other guys, so he had plenty of, probably. I'm going to guess he had enough 30 touchdown seasons, 28 touchdown seasons. 3,500, 4,000 yard passing seasons.
The only other retired guy I can think of is Jim Kelly, but I feel more confident in Joe Montana.
I'd go Kelly over Montana.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, Dennis.
Because they did do the run and shoot in Buffalo. We'll go Jim Kelly.
Mean, if Montana, I could see Montana getting the edge because I do think Montana might have played a little longer. But man, Kelly he put up great passing numbers.
It's one of those two. There's a third guy that pops in
Montana, but I'm fine. I'm fine with going Dennis again.
So, and then the other two are still currently active.
The other two would be considered. I didn't necessarily say that, but I'm also not necessarily saying that's wrong.
So I'm thinking like Cam
era.
Newton for that, and
Matt Stafford did throw a lot, and he is current era.
Matt Stafford would be good. Kirk is kind of tempting.
I'll lock in Stafford.
Yeah, let's go Staff.
Stafford is number 10.
Brilliant. Taysom Hill.
Oh God.
All right, so one contemporary, one significantly retired.
There's a part of me that
I'm just going to tell you guys because I don't think you would have ever guessed it.
Okay, hold on. Before you say it.
Okay.
Like, give me a better.
Because I'm thinking because you said he's been significantly retired for a long time, and I'm thinking about dudes who used to sling it, and one of them I think is a super long era, like way back when. Am I right on that train?
The number 13 guy is. That was the fun one I was going to tell you.
Is 13 like Sammy Baugh or something or somebody like that?
Good guess. Correct time frame. Fran Tarkington.
Man, I was going to guess
Fran Tarkington was 13.
That was another guess of mine. Okay.
Yep.
I was also thinking I don't think he threw.
He was Michael Vick before Michael Vick.
Yeah.
And that was part of it. His rushing is what really kind of elevated him up this list.
Yeah, that's why I don't think Ken Anderson is up there. He threw a lot of touchdowns, but he didn't run a lot.
Yeah,
I don't think he threw enough touchdowns.
Boomer had probably more fantasy points than Kenny.
It's possible.
McNabb or Vic didn't have the number.
All right, you guys want another clue for the last two guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last two guys, one I said is more of a current era guy, one is an older guy, but they have played for the same franchise.
Warren Moon is a good guess.
Warren Moon is a good guess.
But who else would have played for Houston, Tennessee besides Warren Moon? Warren Moon. Hold on. Warren Moon.
We guessed Marino, right? Yeah.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Warren Moon did play for Seattle. Russell Wilson played for Seattle.
Ooh.
I think I like that answer.
Let's do it.
Warren Moon, Russell Wilson.
Lock it in.
You have it half correct.
Ooh.
Russell Wilson and John Elway.
John Elway, no.
I was thinking Elway, and I thought, I just don't know that he threw enough touchdown passes. I know he ran a lot, but
Yeah.
That does not do well for my Elway is super overrated argument. That does not help me at all.
No, it's Troy Aikman that's super overrated.
No, he's also on that list.
Yes.
Although I did talk to him a couple times. Very nice guy. So I
Great
feel bad
commentator.
saying that.
Oh, he's like
Oh, man.
super overrated. All right. Let's do running backs.
Anyway.
This is going to be a fun one. I'm actually kind of excited for this.
Okay, let's do running backs.
Tomlinson.
Tomlinson? We locking it in?
Yeah, he's on that list for sure.
Number 3 all time.
Jim Brown?
That's who I thought too. He's got to be on that list.
Jim Brown is not.
What was the question?
Top
Are you
12
kidding?
PPR running backs.
Does it? Where
Okay,
is
so
Jim
it's
Brown?
got to be
Chuck
two. I got
Foreman's on there.
two. I got to lock in Barry Sanders and Walter Payton. They both got to be on there.
They are both on there. Walter Payton is on there. He would be number 4. We got 5, 6, 7, 8 is for Barry Sanders.
And
But-
Emmitt Smith's got to be on there too. Yeah.
Emmett Smith is number 1 all time.
Okay.
Is Jim Brown not on that list? I'm sorry, still can't get over that.
He is not on the list. To be fair though, like I feel like he should be in the top like 25, 30, whatever's on here. And I don't see him on the list at all. But here's the thing. This is most PPR points all time by an NFL player. I don't know if he was ever officially like he wasn't in the Super Bowl era. So I'm wondering if they're not.
Oh, okay.
He's
okay.
technically a fullback too.
That's true. He was
That's also
technically
true.
a fullback. So
But he had-
I won't count that
Yeah.
against you because he should be
Okay.
if he's not on the top 12, which I would think he would be, but if he's not, he would have to be darn close.
I'm going to say Adrian Peterson for sure.
Ooh, Frank Gore is a great guess.
That was my other guess is Frank Gore.
Correct on both Peterson and Gore. All right.
Which,
so you guys
speaking
have
of
got-
Gore, I saw that. I think I saw this last week that his kid declared for the NFL draft.
Yeah.
And that's how I realized, damn, I'm old, dude. Like,
Right.
I remember when this dude got drafted. Now I'm watching his kid get drafted literally 20 years later because I think Gore was drafted in
Jerry
03.
Rice's kid could be in this class. Deion Sanders' kid could be in this class.
I
Like,
don't like that, dude. It's
Marvin
weird.
Harrison Jr.
yeah, Marvin
Yeah.
Harrison's kid is in this class. Like,
We guessed LT already. He was running back 3, right?
so far you have Emmitt Smith, who was 1, LaDainian Tomlinson, who was 3, Walter Payton, who's 4, 6 is Frank Gore, 8 is Barry Sanders, 9 is Adrian Peterson.
Eric Dickerson's got to be on that list too.
Eric Dickerson is not on this list.
Oh, that's
This is
okay.
this is the modern one, but I feel like McCaffrey.
You locking it in?
If he is, he's bottom tier, like 12.
Yeah, I don't think he's played long enough. He missed nearly 2 years. But PPR, he catches a lot of
I mean,
passes.
he's how old is
True.
he?
Who would be number 2?
He's 27. Yeah. Because it's not like I guess if you have a long career, you probably have a really good chance of being on this list.
I don't think Terrell Davis played long enough.
Could Lynch, Marshawn?
Oh, that's not a bad guess either. Mm,
He
but
didn't
yeah,
really
with
catch
his
many
back
passes to
issues.
get that. What about Thurman Thomas? He had lots of 1,000 yards.
that's a really good guess too.
Lots of receptions.
Actually, you know what? I really like that guess. I'll put in Thurman Thomas.
You guys locking it in?
Yep.
Yes.
Thurman Thomas, number 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we're
Okay.
still missing 2, 5.
Jamal
7.
Charles, I don't think played long enough. That's a good guess, though.
Reese Holmes had too brief a span. No.
Marshall Falk.
Oh, he would be on that list. Yeah.
Marshall Falk is number 2.
There it is. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So we have 1, 2. What numbers? 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have 5. You have 6. You do not have 7. 8, 9, 10. You do not have 11 or 12.
Okay, so 5, 7, 11, 12. Or 5, 6, 11, and 12.
DeMarco Murray, could that be one?
No, he didn't play long enough. Marshawn's not a bad guess for the lower tier. Table that.
So Jim Brown would have had about 2,250 PPR points.
How many is that? Where would that put him?
That would have put him dangerously close.
Ooh, Curtis Martin.
Curtis Martin is a name that did cross my mind.
No, actually, but I didn't count his receiving yards, but that's rushing yards.
Yeah, he would have
touchdowns,
easily
and
been in the top 10 then.
Okay.
What's that?
He would have
Yeah, he had,
easily been in the top 10 if you didn't even count his receiving yards.
and he had 20
Yeah.
receiving touchdowns too.
That he had 20. Yeah, he had what? He would have had 249.9 points in receiving yards.
You know, I'm second guessing my Priest Holmes guess because, like, yeah, his run was brief, but that dude was
So is there-
electric.
Are there any players from the 70s in the top 12?
There are some guys that I do believe played in the 70s.
Because Chuck Foreman of the Vikings literally led the league in receptions one year.
Top 12 running backs, Anthony, of all time.
And so,
Am I wearing the hat of one of the players? Is one of them Earl Campbell?
oh,
Is that you locking it in?
I'll lock that in.
Earl Campbell is not.
Damn. Okay. I know we're way past the 3 strikes mark, but I want to get this.
Doesn't matter. We'll keep it going. See if you can guess it.
I'll say
is Foreman on the list?
What's that?
Chuck Foreman?
Chuck Foreman is not on the list.
What about McCaffrey?
McCaffrey is not on the list either.
I'm gonna go ahead and lock in my Priest Holmes.
Dennis, there's only one guy that played in the 70s.
John Riggins?
It's
I
not
thought about him
Riggins.
too. Okay.
So we need a bunch of back end numbers, Anthony. How many are we
Okay.
missing? 2, 3?
70s.
So you're still missing number 5,
Oh, so
number
we're still missing
7, 11,
Oh.
and 12.
Franco frickin' Harris.
Oh.
No, he was not.
God dang it.
Okay, real quick. Priest
He was
Holmes is
around
he on the
20,
list?
right ahead of right behind Eric Dickerson.
Okay.
Is,
and
what Priest Holmes? Locking
yeah,
it in.
is he on that list?
He's not even in the
Damn.
top 25 or 30 or whatever they put here.
Okay. One guy is in the 70s. Give me a Dorsett.
Yeah.
Or
that's
yeah.
where I was going next.
Tony Dorsett, number 11.
Okay. Okay.
LeGarrette Blunt.
Definitely. 12. Oh, he ran a lot. Is Jerome Bettis on that list?
Ooh.
Jerome Bettis is not. He would be at, it's either 24 or 29, whatever that last one is.
Okay. No, none of those is Marshawn, Table Marshawn. Nobody in Arizona. Nobody in
Did we guess Sean Alexander yet?
You have not, and he
Oh.
is not on the list.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
think he played long enough.
So I'll give you after 12. I think this goes to 25. So I'll give you guys 13 down. Maybe it'll get the juices flowing. So after the top 12, we have LaShawn McCoy,
Oh.
Edgerrin James, Ricky Waters, Matt Forte, Steven Jackson, Warwick Dunn, Eric Dickerson, Franco Harris, Herschel Walker, Roger Craig, John Riggins, Jerome Bennis, and Ernest Biner.
That does. Oh, Ernest Biner. What a name. That does eliminate one name because I was thinking Roger Craig. But
Okay.
one name you didn't mention that Peter did mention is Curtis Martin.
Curtis Martin is number 7.
Okay.
Ooh, oh man, someone Anthony got that. Can I get a Clinton Portis?
Clinton Portis is not
That's-
in
yeah.
that group.
Okay, so just to double check, we need number
You need number 5
5.
and number 12.
5 is going to piss me off because I know it's somebody obvious.
It is a pretty big name.
You didn't say Marshawn. I don't remember about his years in Buffalo. So table that.
The
Yeah, I guess
guy that's number 5 played for 2 teams.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what other clues I could give you.
Initials.
No, it's not O.J. Simpson, is it?
It is not.
Okay.
Oh man.
Is he number 12?
He might be 12, yeah.
No. This guy he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he won an MVP and a Super Bowl MVP. And was inducted. Here's a big clue. Was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2003.
So he's a 90s dude. Or 80s. 90s or 80s. Super Bowl MVP, one MVP. There's only a small few. I don't think Larry Zonka ran enough to do that. And I don't think he won NFL MVP. Okay, so not that. Hall of Fame 2003. We said Marshall Faulk already.
Terrell Davis is a good guess. The problem with Davis was he didn't play long enough.
Yeah.
He had a short career.
And
if it wasn't for the ACL, he would have played a lot longer.
Yeah. I've actually met Terrell Davis.
See, Jamal Anderson didn't win the Super Bowl MVP, did he?
What's that?
Jamal Anderson, he didn't win the Super Bowl MVP, did he?
He did not. He did not.
Would,
Peter's so frustrated he just quit. Oh, he's back.
My internet sucks.
It's not going to be Eddie George. It's not going to be Jamal Lewis. It's not going to be. Okay, now I'm going through Super Bowl winners. We've said Emmitt Smith already. So who won in the 90s? The Cowboys won. The Niners won, but it's not going to be a Niner. It's not the Packers won. It's not Terrell Davis.
Not Lev Bell. Tunchi asked for Lev Bell, not Lev Bell.
Okay, it's not Otis Anderson. So let's go to the 80s. Or the early 2000s. Jamal Lewis won it in 2000. Wouldn't be him.
Ernest Biner, good guess. He, fortunately, the Browns never won a Super Bowl, though.
Okay, going back to the 80s, the Giants win a Super Bowl. It's not that one. The Niners win 2, but you said it wasn't Roger Craig. Actually, they won like 4. Who else won in the 80s? The Bears did. We've already mentioned Walter Payton. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
He was number 4.
But it wasn't Neil Anderson?
Is it John Riggins?
No, it's not John Riggins. We already mentioned that. Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen.
The process of elimination works, baby. It works.
He was just way down. All the way down. All right. The number 12 guy is old enough to be in the Hall of Fame, but he is not in the Hall of Fame. However, he has a family member in the Hall of Fame.
Old enough to be in the Hall of Fame, but is not in the Hall of Fame, but has a family member in the Hall of Fame.
Correct.
But still kind of newer.
I mean, if you're top 12 in fantasy points all the time, you've got to at least be like a fringe Hall of Fame.
Okay, with the way you phrase that, he's old enough in the Hall of Fame to be in the Hall of Fame, and he has a family member in the Hall of Fame. Tells me that this is the son of somebody. Because that's just going by the way you worded it. Because you would have worded it different. It's like, this guy has a family member in the Hall of Fame, but he's old. I mean, I guess technically. I think he has a son in the Hall of Fame. Or a dad in the Hall of Fame, I mean. He's a running back. He's 12.
I'm
So he's
totally
So he would have been a very productive running back. So we should have heard this talk about him. His
Did we say his name?
Relative.
I don't think you
in the
have.
Hall of Fame ad nauseum during broadcasts.
Okay, so
the funny thing is, I'll give you even another slight hint here. His family member that was inducted was recently inducted.
Okay, so it's an older senior. Okay. Okay, well, that takes Marshawn off the list because he doesn't have any family members in the Hall of Fame. Tiki Barber.
Tiki Barber. You were so fixated on the father-son thing, you forgot brothers.
Yeah, Rondé
Tiki
Barber's in the Hall.
Barber.
Oh,
Rondé just
man.
got inducted this season.
I like how he just looked at the camera with a smile, like I know.
I knew when you knew too. I could see it all over your face.
That's so funny. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left in the show. If you want to do one more of these,
All right, you guys want to try one last one?
Heck yeah.
All right, last one. We'll do it rapid fire. You just let me know, and I'll tell you if he's in or out. Let me see. Let me count down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. All right. Top 12 wide receiver fantasy football points in PPR all time. Ready, go.
well, the number one or one of the two of the names are obvious: Jerry Rice and Randy Moss.
Jerry Rice is number 1. Randy Moss is number 4.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown did not make it.
If we're
Surprisingly.
talking wide receiver, Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin is not in the top 12 either.
Okay, he must have just missed. Okay.
I like Anthony's guess of Marvin Harrison.
Oh, that's
Marvin
a good one.
Harrison is number 5.
That's a great guess. Okay, so we're missing 2 and 3 because you said it was 1 and 4. Tim Brown.
Tim Brown, good guess. Number 7.
Nice. Okay.
Oh man, Calvin's a good one, but if Antonio Brown isn't, then I feel like Megatron.
Greatest
should-
wide receiver. Calvin Johnson should be on that list.
He should.
He should be.
He's not.
Really?
Julio Jones?
Interesting. No, he's not going to be on that list.
Julio Jones is not
Cody,
either.
yeah. Good guess, Cody.
Um,
We said Randy already.
No,
We
it
said
wasn't a
Randy,
good
we said
guess.
Jerry
He
Rice,
wasn't on
Randy,
the
Marvin
list.
Harrison, and Tim Brown. Most of these guys had very long careers.
yeah, that's
Larry
okay.
Fitzgerald.
Fitz, number 2.
Oh, that's good. Okay, Larry Fitzgerald's number 2. Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald's
Owens?
number 2.
Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson, number 12.
I love that. I put that man in the hall already. I love that answer.
Yep. number
Okay.
12.
Peter
T.O.?
Terrell Owens. Yeah.
T.O. is number 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So you've got 1 through 5. 7
Chad Johnson on that list.
is who?
Chad Johnson. Or
Ocho Cinco is not on the list.
Okay.
For
Steve
what it's
Smith
worth,
Sr.
Julio is right around 20. It looks like Antonio Brown's 18.
Man,
Yeah, Steve
the
Smith Sr.
longevity matters.
Steve Smith Sr. is on the list. That is correct.
Oh man.
Okay, he's number what?
He's number 9. So we're still missing 6, 7. No, sorry. 6, 8, 10, 11.
This is a guess, but it would make sense he'd be on the lower side. Chris Carter.
Chris Carter's number 6.
Oh, why am I blanking on his name? Dang it.
Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne's on the list. Number 10. So we're just
Okay.
waiting for 9 and 11. Or sorry, 8 and
nope.
11. 8 and 11.
Okay, I was gonna be like, don't put those two numbers together.
8 and
8
11.
and 11. Okay.
What about Bolden? Anquan Bolden?
That's
Anquan
not
Bolden.
bad.
That was the one I didn't think you guys would get. He is number 11.
That's a great guess. Love
He
that.
just had such a long career.
Yep.
And he was never like the top guy. But man, did he just compile awesome season after awesome.
He's kind of like I would almost say Terry McLaurin type of.
Yeah, like he was a great like 1B guy.
Right.
Like where Fitzgerald was 1A, Bolden was 1B.
Yeah, Bolden, he was a compiler, man. He wasn't like a crazy athlete or anything, but he just got open and caught the ball.
Okay, and we're missing number 6.
8.
8. Okay.
Can
Give
you
you a
give us yeah.
He had a teammate on the running back list that he played with.
It's not Tim Brown because we said that already. So, okay.
Oh, could it be one of the Greatest Show and Turf Boys? No. To be that high?
Just to eliminate him, I'd be shocked if he's number 6. Andre Reed is not on that list, right?
He's actually 13.
Wow.
But he is not on the list. But he was closer than you thought.
I would have thought he was like in the 20s. I give him a lot. Wow. Okay.
Ooh, Steve Largent is a great guess.
He is a great guess. He is 15.
Oh man, that's a great guess.
He had
Anthony.
a teammate on the list, which does narrow it down to the Turf Boys. Now, which one is it?
So, did we rule out Calvin?
We did.
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we ruled out Irvin.
Corey Holt.
Yeah, it's Torrey Holt or Isaac Bruce.
Which one do you think it is?
I'll say Bruce.
I'd go Bruce.
I'm leaning Holt.
It's Isaac Bruce.
Ooh.
Number 8.
All right.
Anthony got that in the chat.
Anthony's been crushing it, man.
Man, Anthony.
I remember him guessing Matthew Stafford and different guys like he's been crushing it. He's been all over it. Guys, this wraps things up. This is it, man. This is the end of an era. Like I said, we've got more things coming in the future. So definitely stay tuned. But as far as Dynasty Nerds on BSN, this is the final show. Remember to follow all of us on Twitter, and you can literally find all of our Twitter handles in our picture right there. Heavy Tone Air, Pete Bartausky, Culture Coach, and then myself at Dynasty Price. Real quick, we've got like 2 minutes left. Any memory that you want to put on here from our time doing this? Any quick thing that sticks in your mind from our time?
I have to say the old-time fantasy draft that you guys made fun of me for, and then I totally blew you out of the water, both of you guys.
I'll be honest. I am so bummed because that was one of the few shows I missed.
Yep.
Because I was at Disneyland that day.
Man.
And I remember getting the Twitter notification, oh, we're doing an all-time fantasy draft. And I was like, the one show I missed where I would have killed this thing. Oh,
Yep.
man, that's hilarious. I mean, memory-wise, besides Pete's wild stories, I don't think I have anything memory-wise. But I will say I cannot stress and say how much I appreciate you bringing me on as a guest, even though I'm the producer on the back end. So
you do a fantastic job, man. You do a fantastic job. Big part of the show.
I appreciate that, man.
And I remember that time in band camp when I got a call from the boss about the stories I was telling about my my earlier days. You
got busted for your rated R stories.
Of my checkered past.
That was funny.
I'll tell you what, we'll leave everybody with a non-football note, because this just popped up on Twitter. Juan Soto officially traded to the Yankees. That is official.
What did they send? Who did they send?
There's a bunch of guys in the deal. It's still coming through, but Michael King is for sure one of the guys going back to San Diego.
I'm sorry, I don't follow soccer.
There it is.
I'm a Mariners fan.
My one note that I'm going to leave us with, one of my favorite memories was the Christian McCaffrey trade happening live during the show.
That is
breaking that down.
I do remember we were on the old format before we were on Restream, and I whispered that in your ear because we didn't have a talkback like we do now.
Yeah.
And both yours and Dennis' face, and I don't even remember what the topic was that night, but we threw it to the side. This is all we need to talk about. Christian McCaffrey and the Niners. And dude hasn't missed a game since he's been there. So
Been a stud.
Yeah, been an absolute stud.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you to everyone that's watched the show, enjoyed it. Thank you to you three. You guys have been a huge part of the show over the past year and a half. So appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate everything. Please make sure to reach out to us on Twitter. And for the last time, we'll see you later.